Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to KritzKast. Today we have quite possibly the match of the main season for Highlander Season 18 of ETF2L, where it is, in fact, Feila eSports versus Strong Opinions, potentially a grand finals preview here, with both teams neck and neck in the tables. It really could go either way tonight. I'm extrasolar. Joining me today in the production channel is Wiethoofd, and in the casting booth we have Jake. Jake, how you doing?
Pretty fine myself. I mean, I've been told before the cast that apparently I sound drunk, which I'm not, I assure you. I've not drunk a single drop before this cast, so this cast is completely sober, as it always is, by the way, Wiethoofd. And, well, yeah, I'm extremely excited, actually, about this game, because when Wiethoofd today told me, hey, there is a game at 9 to cast, I was like, oh, man, it's gonna be probably 30 minutes late, and it's gonna be something not interesting, but I couldn't be any more wrong, Solar, because this is the game of the season, like you said. It is, after all, Strong Opinions versus Feila eSports 2, probably best contenders for the first spot in this season.
Oh, absolutely. Like, both teams are really, start doesn't mean to go on with this season. I mean, they're both on 15 points, top of the table there. Miles ahead of everyone else, and Vision are the closest contenders there with 8 points. So right now he's sort of got the runaway duo of Feila and Strong Opinions versus the fight for the third place at nearer to the bottom of the table. But tonight the focus is going to be well and truly on the top two teams, and really, like as I said, it could go either way. Like both teams are really wanting to, 6 points up for grabs. Both teams are really wanting to go and claw those and get looking for that top seed spot.
Yeah, and it's after Season 18, we had a lot of seasons behind us, probably a lot more in front of us, and we're getting closer and closer to the Copenhagen land coming up soon. Roughly in 2 weeks, we'll be going on with the top best European Highlander teams, trying to duke it out, and we see some people tonight that will definitely attend the competition.
Oh yeah, like pretty much all of Strong Opinions is going to Copenhagen. I think Jackie Legs won't be going to LAN, but Strong Opinions pretty much have their entire LAN roster here, save for Jackie Legs, of course, who won't be attending LAN. I'm not sure if Feila are going, but we'll certainly find that out at some point. But yeah, Strong Opinions, they really do, maybe use a little bit of a warm-up for LAN, come back.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Strong Opinions pretty much have the roster as well as their kind of strategy locked down. I mean, they usually do 1 or 2 seasons back to back, and then they take a season of break, just trying to do their own thing, focus on sixes, rest a bit, whatever they want to do. That's kind of sort of a vacation for the team, kind of rest from each other, because the tensions are growing, and better to just leave it, let it cool a little bit in the fridge, and then you pick it up again. It's all good to warm up again in the microwave and, get going with the season. And so far, it's been working out for them. They are by far the most accomplished team in Highlander in ETF2L, as far as I know, the most medals. But we're going to move on to the rosters right now. And I'm going to start with Strong Opinions team, one of our favorites tonight. And as always, Scout is going to be none other than Viljack. Soldier is going to be Jackie Legs. Pyro is Yahoo. Demoman is Eames. Heavy, Emilio Estevez himself. Engineer, Sek. Medic, Papa Carlos. CJ, the established medic main, as well as the team leader, as well as a Team Fortress 2 streamer, as well as a caster for KritzKast. I mean, this man has so many titles.
MVM player, he's got everything under his belt.
I would spend the rest of the evening just saying the titles that CJ right now has. But moving on, Sniper is going to be none other than Cloudy, one of the most established snipers in Highlander so far, and he will be trying to at least maintain that spot against the contender from the other team. And the Spy is going to be the Toasty man, Toast himself.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like Strong Opinions, they've gone through quite a few iterations, but there's always that core. It's always Emilio, CJ, Cloudy, Toast. Always there. Like, they brought in, Yahoo in recent seasons, Eames coming as well.
Has always been there as well. I mean, he's been pretty much always since my team, which was back in season of, I don't even remember, 11, 10?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. No, apparently we might have Sunburn working for them. Apparently we've got a bit of a change from Emilio today. So I know Sunburn really likes his gully wash, so we've looking to farm, maybe. But anyways, we go through the Feila roster at the start here. So we've got, first off, we've got Scout Samsky, Soldier Nubby, Pyro V-Clocks, Demoman Joe NUFC himself. Heavy is middle, Engineer is Rambosaur Biceps, Medic is Layla, Sniper is Kazarok, and Spy is Mezzo. So again, like, you know, Feila, they got some experience under their belts, you know, like Joe's been around since pretty much forever.
Yeah. Since the birth of the Earth itself, I believe. He's been down, you know, in his room playing Team Fortress 2. But as we're slowly getting ready for the game, we're still waiting for the last person to connect on the blue side. The blue side being, as what it seems, the Strong Opinions team. The red side, Red Trunks, are going to be worn by Feila eSports. And we shall see how this game ends. I mean, this is Gollywash, one of the biggest, longest map that we have in Highlander. And we've been kind of peeking into the scrims before. And we do know that Strong Opinions had taken their sweet time against, who was that they were screaming? Envision. They were taking their sweet time against Envision. You know, they had troubles capping the last point. They were going into very long overtimes as well. So I'm not too sure how this one will pan out. Both teams are, in my opinion, very, very closely matched in terms of skill. And it really could be either way. And either team could really use the points.
Oh yeah, like, as I said, like they want to be getting that, you know, sweet first seed spot going into playoffs, and then we'll have the final week next week. Then we'll have the break for Copenhagen games. Then they'll be returning after that for the playoff season. But we are going to go live soon, so let's talk more fighters. Some would say very soon.
So once again, just to reiterate this, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to KritzKast. This is the game between two top contenders for ETF2L Season 18 Premiership Division. Strong Opinions versus Feila eSports. Red team is going to be occupied by Layla and her team, Feila. And for the blue side is going to be Strong Opinions. We're live very, very shortly as both teams are readying up right now, Solar. What are your predictions really for this game? Like I said, myself, it could really be either team on this map. This map is the most unpredictable of all, I think, even more unpredictable than Steel. And it really could either be one team rolls the other, or we go all the way to the overtime, and we'll just be having a lot of time to cast, a lot of time spent together.
You know, I couldn't think of anything better than spending an hour and a half on Gollywash of an evening, followed by Coal Plant, really. But no, I think it's going to be all right. I think you are right in Gollywash. Like, you can get some really quick rounds in there. We've seen, you know, like rounds, you know, in under a minute, or sometimes, you know, it's Gollywash. Anything can happen here, but I'm 1-for-1 so far on predictions this season. I don't really want to spoil my record so far, but I'm going to say that Feila is probably going to take Gollywash. It's going to be very close. I'm going to say it's 4-3 Feila Gollywash, and then I'm going to say Coal Plant is 3-1 Strong Opinions. But I could change, obviously, to go into the first mid now.
Alright, we'll see in the future, but now Eames and Joe probably the same speed here. Oh, but what is that pipe by Eames? Finds Layla, they're straight on the head, and just immediately equalizes the situation in favor of the red team here. Well, the red team losing their medic. They kind of scrambling together, looking for some more pigs. They're just going in right now. They do have the middle advantage here. Just Viljack just going in, getting burned down. CJ getting caught from caught. Will he be burned by Viglox? No, he gets away from his life. Still feeling over. He's gonna have the advantage, but they don't have the players to actually cap the middle point here, Solar.
Yeah, they gotta be careful here, else might get caught off here by... yeah, Mess is in as well. And Nubby's still behind, actually. They want to be really careful they don't get caught off here. I mean, they do have the advantage. They're opting to hold choke here. I'm not sure if it's the correct one. But yeah, Nobby's just forced CJ as well, so they're forced to move in here. And look at how passive Feila are now. They're just sitting on their choke. They know that they can just sit here and just wait for the Uber to dissipate and then come back in.
That's just amazing play by Eames. Now he's getting caught off guard with that Uber charge. Not really played that well. CJ's in a lot of trouble right now. Just got the rock in his face, but he's out and about in the corner there. Now middle is just guarding the middle point. Middle point has been capped by the red team, so they do have those forward spawns. Very crucial in here. And Newbie goes behind here. She's still trying to do something. She's just bottling that pesky little mini sentry. It's still being built up, but looks like that Strong Opinions are just backing up all the way to the lobby. They're not even contesting the second point that much, and they almost lost Eames as well.
Yeah, like that was interesting from Strong Opinions, to say the least. Like, I would have expected them to maybe just hold balcony or even go to last, because they obviously lost their demo man so early there, despite getting the medic pick. So the ad really wasn't that big because the medic died so early. And really, it's just it made them just lose the fight in the end, as we do actually the Uber come into lobby here from Feila. And CJ has only just gotten his Uber, that's some really good building from him. Maybe just making up for some earlier over-aggression. Layla's getting caught out here by the pipes or memes. It's all looking very bad for Feila here. They do have the full spawn still, but they're not going to get them in time, as they do. Strong Opinions will catch the second point.
That was a very great play by CJ there, kind of, you know, staying in the Lion's Den all the way to the end until he got the Uber charge. They got a very late pop there, and now they're contesting the middle point easily, but what a headshot there by Kazarok. Eames goes down. No more demo for the blue team, but they're still capping the point with 3 people. There's not enough people on the red team to actually stop it from happening. Layla only in 10%, CJ already on the 50 there, as Layla went down in the last team fight. They have the advantage now. Vclock's all by himself trying to stop this madness going through the choke, and he's managing for a long time, finally getting burned down by Sandburn himself. But will slow down the blue team significantly in this.
Yeah, a bit of a messy fight. This Team's got a demo. I think Feila are opting to take initiative here. That's what his strong opinions are. But Feila just sitting on balcony here, waiting for the demo man to respawn. They do have Kaz with them. Kaz isn't really in position yet, but he has got on Rambosaur, so that's no more pesky engineer work now. As currently we do have Feila just sitting on balcony here. They want to be backing off here because Siege does have his advantage and they lost a few players. They did get Sandburns, that's something, and middle opts to drop down here and try and force him. He does succeed actually. It's a really good play from Heavy there.
Yeah, he just kind of tanks up the damage. Now Eames is just kind of stuck below. He cannot jump up. And there goes the Uber charge from the red team. Newbie just messes up the jump, but Joe is in there helping him out. Eames goes down as they're securing the second point from any blue players. Now they're moving on to the choke. CJ, however, got away with his life there, which will definitely help up the blue team. Here comes the sniper. Kazarok is out and about. He's still trying to snipe in. Toast is sneaking as well. Sadler getting stabbed in the back. Has very good pick there on the middle. Newbie has free range right now to jump on anyone he wants. But Layla goes down to a headshot by Cloudy.
Yeah, it's really clutch right at the end there. You know, we currently have strong opinions. You know, they're down a lot of players. Neither team has heals, so it's all down to just which team plays best together here. It's DM time, really, but strong opinions are opting to get better. That middle's sort of hiding here, but Yahoo's too smart for that. You heard the minigun being revved there. And so we have Cloudy and Yahoo trying to just play big door here. But Yahoo gets stabbed as well, and so is Cloudus. And Mesa coming in and get the big 2k there. It's going to slow down strong opinions maybe a little bit coming in here, but not that much, really, since the spawns on Feila are really, really late.
Yeah, Newbie just kind of messes up the jump again, but jumps on CJ, 2 rockets, but CJ gets away by a sliver of health there, protected by Sandbird. And there you go, they still are alive, 50% on CJ, but CJ's solo again! Yeah. He's getting pestered by Samsky. What the hell is going on right now?
Yeah, Joe just peeking that shot, they're getting a few sticks and then just trying his very best to get CJ down to some critical health there, but he did get the health pack, so CJ fortunately did survive there with his life, only just that one more sticky, and that was it for the Strong Opinions Uberad. But Later's actually gone down to the Butters bicycle. Not really too sure what happened there, but So's coming in, doing his thing, getting Layla. It's going to be a full Uber advantage here for CJ coming into the last point. No sniper yet, no Pyros, neither Uber either. So this looks really good now for Strong Opinions. Going to take it straight through Shutter here. The spawn wave for Oda's coming in, but no one's getting on the point yet for Strong Opinions, opting to just clean up the frags first. There's only 4 left alive for Feila here, and just opting to run onto the point here. So, but then again, it's really scrapping fight. There's only 2 left alive for each team now. It's just but the Heavy should win this here. It's just actually no, the spawn wave comes in.
Oh no, there's Sandman there. He has a lot of health and a lot of bullets in his gun, but it's not going to be enough as the entire full red wave comes in with the respawn, cleans up the situation. That was very, very close for the blue team here to actually finish off the cap, and fortunately SO didn't quite manage to do so, and now they're kind of stuck in the garage area. CJ kind of sees the situation and heals up as many people as he can. Vclox goes in, double plus him 1. Will it work? No, it won't. Yahoo almost dead, and then comes Newbie trying to finish off the situation, but it won't help at all. Second point goes to the way of Feila eSports managing to kind of rebalance themselves, protect their last point, and now they're knocking on the middle door.
Yeah, it's really good repush they're coming out from Feila. They realise the Strong Opinions hadn't really played the point at all during that push, and so that meant they could kill Village out there really late as he was trying to cap, and then the Swarm Wave came in just in time. Nubby bought enough time there with his spam onto the point there. So now we're just going to see a reset here. Both Ubers are equal here over on the choke point here for both teams.
Ooh, look at Cloudy. Cloudy's just looking down this little gap there, just trying to spot out Joe. Will Joe actually peek this? I don't think he will. Toast is now scouting him, being completely silent behind the rock. He'll probably decloak soon, but he's still scouting the area. Both makes it 100%, so we might see an Uber exchange anytime right now. A lot of sticks in that little corner. Will either team actually decide to go in? Yahoo goes in and just kind of sweeps the leaves from the ground, just protecting his team.
Oh,
here goes Jackie Legs. Tries to get... Oh, she's so low, 40 HP. She gets the sandwich.
Yeah, he's on to Joe there. Yeah, it was a really good distraction play there, really. If nothing else from Jackie Legs there, just making sure that everyone turned around there and looked at him as opposed to Totus on the rock, just waiting for his chance to stab. And Kaz's down as well for Feila. I don't really agree with them staying in here. I mean, they do have the Uber, but the trade's going to be far worse for them because of the, you know, Strong Opinions can just do this, they can take the trade, go back for a choke and keep everyone alive, and now they're just fighting essentially like a, what is that, like a 7v5 for their team.
Yeah, okay, they could definitely re-push here, dry push right now.
Yeah, Joe's gotten in really fast though, so I think it's just going to be another stalemate. Both teams are opting to be quite conservative really, because it's still 0-0, like there's Viljack and he's going in for a choke, they're all on their own though. CJ there, I'm not really sure, maybe a bit of a miscommunication there, as CJ really wasn't with his team there. He's being forced to back up all the way to the control point here, all the way to his choke actually.
Middle just cleaning up the house right now, and they're moving with the team. There's not anybody actually around CJ right now to help him build. He's getting far behind Layla, even though they were equal just a second ago. Level 3 Sentry by Sec is just gonna go down like that. Done and dusted there. Jackieleg's gonna get shot into the bag by Samsky. Samsky's gonna keep lurking behind. Sandber's also in that banana there, finishing off Luby. What is he doing? He actually got behind and he's so silent, but he didn't get the medic, which is the most important thing. But Layla gets forced there. Oh, she flashes as many people on the point as she can, but or not Layla. It was Layla. I'm just getting messed up the colors, man. I'm Daltonist. You know.
Yeah, it's alright. Like it's fun. Yeah. It's Gullywash. It's
Gullywash.
Very confusing for new players. But we saw there, like we had basically CJ's team, the Strong Opinions. They really had to get that force, else it would have been a huge disadvantage for last. And now they're going to try and even hold second here, actually. You know.
Oh, Jackieleg! There he just goes from top, gets Joe, and then Samsky gets headshot, which is just 2 people down in that push. It's gonna slow down Feila quite significantly. 50% on Layla, now only 20% on CJ. CJ's not building very, very fast. However, Feila eSports is losing a lot of players right now. Now here comes Jackieleg with Samsky, trying to just force out the red players off the middle point, and they successfully did so, as the middle is completely uncontested aside from Mezzo, who just got burned down.
Yeah, the spy pick, that's the cue to push in my opinion in all the Highlander games, especially on the choke point on Gullywash. As we see actually, we've got just a squad of Sam, Bernie, and Jackieleg here over on Big Door, just holding down the fort, but they've realised that they've got a big uber advantage here for Feila. And Strong Opinions are going to do the same thing they did on the start of the round. They're just going to back off, keep all their players alive. They've only lost Samba during that exchange, they have picked up Joe before the Uber as well. So now the CJ's got a really huge advantage here. You can basically got free run over the map because she's taken through Big Door. It's really the right play here. They dropped the demo though, but they got Viljack. And Viljack's basically like 4 players by himself. He's going to try and chase down Layla and Kaza here on the rock, and Toast comes in with the pincer move there, creating a nice little exclusion zone that Feila aren't allowed to be in, and they will pay with their lives there.
Yeah, Layla had absolutely no way of getting out there alive aside from getting an Uber, but she was only 30%, so that's not enough. And now this door is just oh, and Joe gets 2 here. Viljack and Toast are the victims of that sticky trap, sneaky beaky there, and now CJ's kind of destroyed by this. They're like, oh, what do we do? I mean, we're pushing in or not? We lost 2 players or not? I don't know what's going on, but it's only Toast and Viljack that can deal with them. And there it goes. Red team is completely occupying the top lobby there. Newbies up top with Kazark. Will Kazark go for an extreme play here? He's just kind of peeking in. Jackieleg's jump up, goes and tries to chase people down. Kazark is just peeking in. Will he be taking the shot? Nobody's really pestering the blue team just yet. Level 3 Sentry by Sec, but no, Kazark's just backing out. He's deciding to play it safe. You know, he's fine there. He doesn't want to put his team at a disadvantage, player disadvantage here at least. Both medics close to the Ubers as well. Layla on 80%, CJ just got his 100, and well, will be waiting for an Uber push any second now. CJ goes in.
Yeah, like the push comes in, Layla doesn't have her Uber charge yet, and there's actually a back cap here coming in from Toast. I was going to say there, I really like the aggression coming in from Feila there. They got the scout and the spy picks. That's basically your 2 back capping classes gone. Don't really have to watch all the entrances as vigorously. It basically means that you can just hold that lobby area, but I think they stayed a little bit too long there. I think they might have thought that CJ wasn't building quite as efficiently as he did, but now Feila are getting aggressive again because they've killed Toast once again, but they've fed middle here, and this is the power of the hold outside Big Door here for the attacking team here. You're going to sit on here with your level 3 sentry gun now and like your heavy, and just basically absorb damage, and it's very hard for them to get in, but Feila have actually managed to cap the second point here. Bit of a messy fight going on here, but they've moved out here. They've chosen to go through Shutter, but the team is split actually. Joe's all on his lones here in check, and we'll get 2 shot there by Viljack. And now this is Feila are just struggling to get out of this hold.
Yeah, Eames here comes in with CJ. They do have 100% right now. Layla only at 50%. They are just kind of playing it ballsy. They're not popping it just yet, even though there's a lot of danger lurking about. 3 people down for the red team. That's going to be definitely a good cue for Strong Opinions to actually cap this. But Mezzo, what is he doing? That crazy-ass man! Frenchman gets the stab, gets destroyed by Sek, but a second too late as CJ drops his noodles on the floor.
Yeah, I was actually speaking to Oleski a few days ago, Oleski, Prem heavy gamer, and he was saying how Mezzo is one of the most aggressive spies he's ever played against. Like, there's times where I play against Mezzo and it's quite scary. Like, you'll sort of turn around when you hear a spy decloak, do about 110 to him, and then you'll turn around and think, oh, I'm safe from the spy now, I can just go forward, but then he just decloaks instantly again in your face and just backstabs you. That's pretty much what he did there with CJ. It's just such an aggressive spy, it's very hard to do a lot against in a lot of ways. And as we're speaking there, actually, Feila used their Uber charge through Big Door here, but they hadn't even capped the second point yet. I think there was a recap coming out for Strong Opinions there. Eames goes down to Mezzo there at the end there. Kind of gets a nice quick scope as a little consolation prize there. But this is going to be the cue for Feila to try and take some space here. It is still 0-0 after 13.5 minutes almost now.
Oof, Sek with that level 3 sentry finally getting destroyed by Joe. And here comes Viljak trying to get his eyes on the medic. He gets only 1 meat shot in on Layla. Layla's still alive, however. Joe in UFC, only 3 HP. How did he survive this one? He's alive and running. He got shot by the arrow. He's all good and ready
Joe's
and prepped.
a tank, dude. It's fine.
He's capable, and he's in capable hands as well, okay? He goes to the middle point right now. The entire red team leads his team to the middle, gets a cap, and now even moves forward. They have the advantage here, 100% on them, going through the garage, but the sticky trap! No! Eames, what?
Oh, sticky bombs, dude. Like, you just hate to see it.
That was just a movie moment, man. That was a movie. I was just like, okay, Joe moves in, looks around, is like, oh, there's a sticky trap. Layla is moving in. Oh, really? Where? And then she dies.
Feila just getting over aggressive, and they will pay for their hubris right there as they just get sticky trapped off completely. They lose their complete Uber there. CJ coming in through choke, complete Uber advantage here, 100% in the bank, ready to push in through choke. And there's nothing really that Layla can do as Kazrock actually gets Cloudy and Toast there by himself. There go the pit glasses for Strong Opinions, and they're just going to surge forward here.
Vclock's just kind of scouting ahead, getting really ballsy with his pyro. He's not really being caught off guard, but CJ pops his Uber, pops his cherry. He's all good to go here. Layla on 50%. He just gets struck by Eames like that. Homing missile. The Scottish man himself goes onto the medic. No more medic on the battlefield for the red team, but they do have the numbers to still hold on to this point. Here is a level 1 mini sentry, which is not going to help as much as Sek's level 3. And here comes the blue tide, the blue deluge, as they're going in, mowing middle down. JackieLegs getting destroyed there by a pipe. But they're trying to kind of exchanging kills, and even though Feila doesn't have their medic up, they're still holding on to this point, even though they just lost it. That was enough time for Layla to respawn and even start building Uber.
Yeah, it's pretty good time wasting. Like, there's a lot of times, as long as you keep your NG and medic alive, it's pretty much fine just to feed players to keep the point alive, because Joe's going to respawn in time for this push, but my main concern here is CJ's huge Uber advantage here. 60% is a lot to work when they're going to choose the classic play here and push people for river. And actually opting to do the underput, I saw this in their pregame actually, they opted to put everyone through water here. This worked against Envision, but they've already dropped Viljak, Eames and Yahoo here for the Uber. This is terrible for Strong Opinions. All they have to do is just kite the Uber here outside of the point. It's only a heavy, they can just LOS him. And CJ now is forced to go through river, but now the chase is on. Rambosaur's actually on CJ here. He gets this so low, but nobody finishes him off. Yeah, awful Uber there for Strong Opinions. Only 2 left alive for them. And Feila really have to be like Wing out. They should have been Wing out like 5 seconds ago, basically. They're already getting onto second now, though, so it should be okay.
They just gave Feila
are coming in.
Yeah, Feila just got a huge advantage in their hand right now, just being given by Strong Opinions. JackieLegs actually going on to Newbie, gets him down, and then Vclose going down to Eames Pipes. They get a good exchange there. They're taking down 2 attackers. Is gonna slow down Feila quite significantly, but Kazarok equalizes this onto Cloudy, opening up a lot of room, and now comes the Uber from the red team, chasing now people. Viljak goes down, JackieLegs as well. Huge jab by Joe, trying to get CJ. CJ's on half health. Yahoo actually defends him. Pace with his life, and now CJ gets to get away. Here's Sek as well with a shotgun. Is Rambo versus Sek. NG on NG fight. Sek wins this one, but Rambo picks up a health back. Engineer, so much emotion that neither Engineer died. Has his life.
Well, Engineer does have 11 PhDs for a reason. It was a brain fight.
It's a gentleman agreement, which is gonna let each other live.
Yep. I mean, it's pretty much how Engineer works. You just stay alive and do all the annoying things you can. Actually, there's a Viljack right now landing on Middle's head there, but Middle manages to gun him down. That's alright. I want to see a bit more aggression coming out from Feila here. Like, they just basically sat on Middle for ages. They had Middle on Middle, just capping it up with his scout, and they just didn't walk forward, despite the fact that at one point, Strong Opinions were only 3 players alive. Like, sure, they had noob advantage, but even if you're up with 3 players alive, as I say that, actually, Strong Opinions get forced in lobby there. I think that was from Nubby.
Oh, that's huge, as Layla's about to hit her 100%. They're trying to go for Layla, but now Layla has 100. She can pop at any given time. CJ's in a lot of trouble. He's not gonna get out of there alive. He's being burned down and mowed down by the entire red team here. Feila pushing on to last. That's what they have to do. There's only 4 people up. Sek has level 2, but it's not gonna stop the deluge of the red team. Here comes Toho, saps the sentry. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Jackie Legs tries to stop this from being happening, but no, they can't stop it. And the first point on this map goes surprisingly to the way of Feila after, well, 18 minutes of a first round.
Yeah, I think my 4-3 prediction isn't really going to pan out here. Wow, this is like even, like, round-wise, this is even closer than I thought. This can happen in Guardian Watch, though. It is like, a lot of the time the teams will be a bit stalemate till the first round goes down, so hopefully we might be seeing a bit more aggression coming out from both teams. Just see what happens. It aims really fast, actually, to Middle here. Way faster than Joe. Just getting some pipes over in Big Door here. So we get a repeat of the first mid here with the medic going down instantly, but no, not this time.
Jackie Legs hitting the stratosphere with that reflect, but he's all good and fine. He's still alive, and he's trying to battle out Samsky, who's below. He's just scouting around. Oh, and he finishes off Jackie Legs. Then a lot of people actually dying for the blue team here. They're struggling for health.
Oh my god, Joe was just completely isolated there in the elbow there, and he puts 2 sticks down by Viljack's feet, and there's like 3 people around him, and no one turns around to see the demo man applying sticks. He just kills Viljack, just completely brains him there. That's just insane. I don't know how no one saw Joe was just sitting in elbow there just for free.
Oh, but Newbie goes in, and 2 rockets on Jackie Legs. Yahoo also going down to Kazarok sniper rifle, and it seems that Feila eSports have finally found their footing, and finally found themselves, well, an idea, a plan on how to proceed here. Layla on 100% right now, waiting in the lobby. They have to pop immediately. They do. Newbie's behind. He's gonna just sneak in, defuse the sticky trap there, man, and he does. CJ goes down to a headshot like Kaza, and a Newbie, and it's just like that is a cap. 1 and 2nd, back to back, but Feila, they are gaining momentum here, Solar.
Yeah, like, they had the Joe pick at the start, which really signaled it maybe even was going to go their way. But Strong Opinions didn't have anyone in water, really. I think they were just maybe a bit timid. They maybe saw that all of Feila were coming through main, so they thought, oh, they're going to have no one in water. They're going to just do a point play push through main. But they had the soldier and the scout just coming in through water there, and they just played the point. And Strong Opinions, despite having lots of people alive, they just couldn't play the point because of the overcharge coming in. Really well played from Feila there.
Ooh, there's a lot of kills being exchanged there in the elbow. Here's Kazarok still being healed and still trying to snipe out CJ. CJ's in the open. He's just a spy behind him. He's low on health. He's being jumped from every side. And finally, Samsky finds the kill. But at what cost? There's no medic for the blue team right now. The red team has Layla still. Feila eSports are holding in the elbow. Kazarok in middle, kind of like this trio of super duper high damage classes, trying to get it done, and Dean just blows himself up somehow, and Saturn finds a jump onto middle, just left and right, people dying. Now Layla has a lot of trouble. Viljack is on her. She's not gonna be able to survive this few meat shots on her, and she's dead. He's down 4 into the ground. And now CJ has just respawned, 10 seconds on him, and first point, where the middle point of this map, this Solar, has not even been yet capped.
Yeah, this is a pretty long mid-fight, sort of reminiscent of the Wall Street mid-fight last week with Feila, but actually Joe just gets demolished there by Jackie Legs. And this surely is a mid-fight here for Feila. They got much better respawns coming in. And yeah, I think both teams, though, they're just really struggling to keep their mates alive. And I think Layla's actually moved on to onto KritzKast here, so maybe he's getting some...
Going with the nano boost here, Solar. Oh, he's getting caught up in the back.
And he's on CJ, just 2 rockets in, really crisp. Like, Strong Opinions here are getting completely stumped by just Nubby's jumps coming in. They cannot keep CJ alive here.
That is just crucial, and well, CJ's not having a good time here on Guardian Watch, and seems that Feila eSports have got this map locked down, done and dusted here in the books of history. Cloudy is being scoping in that little narrow corridor. Will he be able to find Kazarok? He misses a shot. He's still there. He's still looking, and oh, he gets counter-sniped there by Kazarok himself. They find Jackie Legs as well, and there you go. CJ is missing 2 friends with him, only 20% on, and Feila on 100, she's walking in far forward and losing a few players. Newbie goes down to Sandberg, but Sandberg getting killed himself. They're pushing on forward, trying to close the deal here from behind, going to the KritzKast, trying to find somebody, but no, here, Viklux just so slow. Oh, and Layla gets shot by Cloudy. That's huge there, but they didn't quite manage to get as many kills with that KritzKast as they wanted to. However, there's only 5 people up for the blue team. CJ is only at 60%, and he's being kind of pincered down by 2 sides.
Yeah, it's one of the downsides, really. I think actually Kazarok and Mezzo are just kind of farming here, and CJ goes down to Rambasaur. I was going to say looking good for strong opinions. I was going to say one of the downsides of running crits is that if you end up picking the medic anyway, then your crits advantage isn't as powerful as it would otherwise be. Especially if they're spy checking to what medigun you're running here. But CJ actually just getting caught off guard once again. No players around to defend him either, and now they're just going to rush their flank through River here. Feila.
There you go. Just kind of Feila is holding and locking this one down. There's only 7 minutes and 15 seconds left on the map clock right now. Not a lot of time for strong opinions to actually work with. You did expect Feila to kind of take this map, and so far it looks very promising for them. All they have to really do right now, Solar, is to just park the bus, man. Just, you know, take your keys out and throw them away, because you don't really have to do anything at this point. It's all in the ballpark of strong opinions. Ooh, but Joe and UFC blows up Yahoo there, but didn't quite manage to catch Cloudy off guard here. Sandburn is actually peeking in, trying to catch somebody off guard as well, but it just goes in, and there's 3 picks already for the strong opinions. That is the cue for them to move out of this clutch and kind of pincer down hold. Both makes roughly the same Uber charge, but red team is missing 4 players. Will strong opinions actually read this situation and move in?
Yeah, like, the strong players looking to just show their teeth here and just try and walk forwards here, but Cloudy's gone down to Kaza here. They have to take some initiative here, though, just because actually the Uber was traded here just in elbow. Kazarok goes down in the trade as well, so does Vclox. But Eames is actually dropped by CJ here. It's looking to be a much better Uber here for... oh, actually, the Toast comes in at the end. Middle just completely bamboozled there by the spy of Toast there. It's looking to be a much better fight, actually, in the end here for Feila, just because their medic's alive. Yeah, Nubi kills CJ as well. Just, I was going to say, it was already looking good for Feila, even though they lost the heavy. But because they have the heals, but there's no heals here for strong opinions. And Feila really, they don't even have to walk forwards here. They can just sit on choke. That looks like that's what they want to do here. Just want to sit here and keep this ad and just run the clock down. There's only just under 6 minutes left here for strong opinions. They have to get 2 points just to get a golden cap situation unfolding here.
But that would be boring, wouldn't it? As they just parked the buzz, they're still trying to kind of fight this one out, and here is a little DM between Joe and UFC and the soldier here for the blue team. Jackie Legs, but he got shot by the sniper, and it's just kind of putting an end to this little farce there by Cloudy. Moving on to the second point is strong opinions, trying to settle themselves a good position, but Layla has 50% advantage over CJ. It's definitely gonna work out in favor of them, but she has to stay alive until she pops. They are not really reading the situation well. They could really be aggressive in here, but there's a majority of blue players already in the elbow, in the choke, in the Z point, however you want to call it. Cloudy is getting scoped in, waiting for that opening pick. He's peeking in. Joe finds him. Puts a few rockets, bit of a stalemate, bit of a trench warfare going on right now as both teams kind of entrench themselves into their positions. But, you know, like I said before, here is that everything is in the ballpark of certain opinions. They have to make the first move because Feila can just sit on the point.
Yeah, they're forced to use in here, and their flank is still dead during the start of the trade as well, so it's looking going to be worse for them as Joe comes in at the end of the Uber, just sticks off Yahoo, Sandburn's dead as well. That's one thing on Gullywash, like, you really... I know that they are kind of forced to do it here, strong opinions, but they sort of fed their flank before CJ was about 85%, so they were forced to take the trade in and take the initiative without their flank up. They really couldn't have waited much longer because of the clock, but it's looking worse and worse. They're like dire straits here for strong opinions. There's only 4 minutes left now for them to capture, well, to get 2 rounds out of Feila. And the strong opinions are really, they've been on the back foot for a lot of the game here, like, let's say the majority of the game here, because CJ just keeps getting killed by the flank or just people just basically walking into him a lot of the time, just coordinated spam, and it's meant that there's basically having to push him with the Stishad a lot of the time. But that trade really has equalised the Ubers here, if nothing else. There is a back cap out though coming out here from Feila, but the strong players are going to choose to stack that. That back cap's not going to be much in the end. Nubi's blocking, actually. Wasted a lot of time here, but Samba and Eames here, they've come in and just killed the combo for Feila here. Only middle left alive here out of that stack. And right now, strong players are looking to take yard here, but oh, Vclox just W1 CJ at the end there.
That jetpack, man. That jetpack is just a menace right now, and CJ has got to know how much of a menace it is firsthand. Oh, Kezra getting caught off guard by Jagged Legs. Moving in Viljack right now, pushing really aggressively into the river. Puts a few pot shots onto Mezzo and Newbie, but Newbie finds another clean rocket onto Jackie Legs and kind of secures the river there. But it is being capped by
there's so much cap time. Yeah, they just can't. They can't leave there now.
Layla,
though. They dies to Viljack as well. This is actually looking all right for strong opinions here. But, 2 minutes 50. It's enough time for them. But CJ dies to the Mezzo's revolver. I've got to say it now. It's pretty much GG.
Don't stop it just yet.
I don't want to, but they've wiped strong opinions have. This is tragic here. It might be looking into a bit of dead time here. A bit of the esoteric nuances of CP Gullywash here. Highlander 5 CP.
Nuances. Well, one of the esoteric nuances of CP Gullywash is that you can actually cap a few points within the span of 2 minutes. It's still very much possible, and strong opinions are not going to let go. They're not ones that are known to give up at any given point of the time.
But Toast is back capping!
And there you go! I told you! They're just not gonna give up!
Feila, they didn't check all exits, and they didn't leave, an engineer or a heavy on last just to watch for that back cap. The NG was on last, I'm being told, Wiethoofd, so Toast just goes in and just wins. Okay.
It's just a pure C-face right now, because actually strong opinions are still in this. There's 2 minutes left on the clock. It's still very much possible for them to, equalize this, go through all the way to the golden cap. We'll see how it goes, but Joe just actually gets pushed there by Eames, and here comes from below. It's no other than Jackie Legs trying to just kind of get a jump up, but he misses that one up, and Newbie catches him off guard. Now Seg just chases him down, and there's a lot of players down.
Middle. How does that happen? Is the middle just in their face? I don't understand. But they've got on this mid-cap here. This is really, last-ditch saloon here for strong opinions. Maybe they want to try and prove you wrong here. Maybe I've wrote them off too early here. They've gotten Kazarok and Joe, actually, here. Some good picks. Layla won't have Ruby yet for another 20 seconds or so. So maybe this is just going to be strong opinions' chance here to walk forward. They have lost a lot of players here to middle. Layla actually soaring down the mini-sentry in that, but will get killed by Sek in the 1v1. So 1 minute and 10 seconds left here. It's enough time for CJ only just to get his Uber. He's actually on crits here. But he dies to Nubby!
Oh!
Nubby again, just at the end. It's just... he has been the Talons in Strong Opinion's side just for the entire game here. Just killing CJ over and over.
This is just actually hurting me physically right now because it's 45 seconds left on the clock. I'm just counting down the seconds. CJ just respawned, but Feila is knocking he's holding down this lobby area. Certain things have not really let go of the pressure, and Feila knows it, and they kind of want to just stay on the point, not to really do anything. But look at this, 4 kills already, or 3 kills on the side of Feila. They still kind of in control of this. CJ on half health, 40% HP. He comes Mezzo from behind, stabs the heavy. Sniper goes down, and the entire full wipe.
That's the Highlander wipe.
Feila here, strong opinions, dying completely, and with that death, with that wipe, die their hopes and dreams about taking Gullywash at least to a golden cap. I think it is over now. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The first map of this game of tonight goes to the way of Feila eSports with a 2-1 score.
Yeah, it's still the one round margin that I thought would happen, but the rounds aren't being exchanged anywhere near as fast as I thought it would be. This is less than half of the rounds that I thought would actually be exchanged. But yeah, it's just these plays from the flank here from Feila, they're just stopping strong opinions from getting any kind of advantage to push here. And once Feila got that 2-round buffer, they were just able to park the bus and keep killing CJ over and over with their team, forcing them to just take these fights at disadvantage. That's what you want to do, especially on a map like Gullywash, when it's so the flank can do so much, the Sixes classes can do so much on this map. They would just kill the flank before the fights, or they would just kill CJ, and they were just forcing strong opinions just to basically pound their heads against the brick wall here. And the result here, they got the back cap in the end with Toast there, but really it was more luck than anything, I would say, just because Feila weren't watching last as well as they could have been.
Just gonna take a quick look at the logs, as logs do tell us a lot of stuff, and it's just from the Gullywash. And surprisingly or unsurprisingly, Samsky, the scout for the red team, the scout for Feila eSports, 37 kills to his name. Second one from the top is Cloudy, 4 Strong Opinions, or Onions as they're known, with 32 kills. Third, fourth, and fifth are Middle, Mezzo, and Joe UFC from Feila eSports team with 31, 30, and 30 kills respectively. And it seems that, usually the team which scores more kills kind of wins the game, because you put the other team more the kind of waiting time and the spawning time rather than on the battlefield, and it does speak truth here in this game. Both medics kind of equal Ubers, 13 for Layla, 13 for CJ. Both medics dropped once. Both medics average time to build 60 seconds for CJ, 57 for Layla. Very closely matched, both of them. Also, the heals are almost evenly spread, with the difference of Eames getting more heals than Sandburn and Middle getting more heals than Joe and UFC for CS Strong Opinions and for Feila eSports respectively. I mean, this is just textbook kind of, both teams are so evenly matched that it really could have been anyone's game.
Yeah, I think it's just like the dichotomy of the strategies a lot of the time, because I think Strong Opinions, they try and have these like good rotations and they move their entire team as a unit. Whereas Feila, I know they did this a lot of time when they had Riper on heavy, is they sort of get him forward, they tank him, give him 450 and just tank him forwards, make some space for Joe, take all of the fire and let him walk in. And it's been working really well on these trades as well. And a lot of the time, I think that's really why Middle's got so many more kills, well, not really so many, but 7 more kills than Sandburn. He's been getting more heals, he's been getting more cleanup as well, being kept alive by Layla during his Ubers. And this is one thing, if you keep heavy alive during the post-fight in Highlander, you are normally going to win that fight a lot of the time, because you have that 450 health. Like, if your team has a heavy and the other team doesn't during the post-fight, it's, very heavily weighted in your favour a lot of the time.
Well, that game is already in the history books, with the victory going to the way of Feila eSports, putting themselves ahead with 3 points to their name. And now we're going to be waiting for Strong Opinions to kind of reclaim 3 points for themselves on the coal plant map. A map that kind of snuck onto us a few seasons back. What was the first iteration? Asheville was the first iteration of this map, and it was just slightly reworked and renamed to Coal Plant. More coal was added, and also it was made a little bit more gray, so it's easier to see people around. And map is known very well for its sniper sightlines, and who could kind of prove that sniper sightlines map are ridiculous better than Cloudy and Kazarok?
Oh yeah, like Cloudy and Kazarok, they both gotten sniper this season, like Cloudy multiple times in the past. Kazarok hasn't been in Prem for as long as Cloudy, but he's certainly been improving his worth for the top teams here. Sniper season last season, I believe he had the most headshots a minute, most med picks a minute, the most sniper picks a minute last season, and I think he had the most DPM actually, Kazarok did, so certainly he's been doing really well.
So, waiting for all players to connect, and just going to use this little bit of a dead time to go and just slide right into the ad break and just let you all know that any way you can support us, either it's KritzKast.com/merch, where you can purchase some quality goods, as well as help us on Patreon or on Twitch itself by subscribing, really does help us out. Also helps support the people coming to Copenhagen Land, happening in 2 weeks, which will also be broadcasted on KritzKast. 4 days of non-stop high-octane action of Sixes and Highlanders, so please do turn in, because I really hope to see you all there.
Oh, and of course, if anyone does want to get some KritzKast merchandise, some Blue Unicorn hoodies and such like, or sub to the channel, you can use a Twitch Prime for it. We actually do have a nice little bit of a tie in there of Copenhagen. For those of you that haven't watched some of the previous streams, a cut of every sale supporting KritzKast, whether it be a subscription or merchandise, will actually go towards the Copenhagen Games staff. That'll go towards, some of their flights, accommodation, maybe even just to buy them a drink when they get there, just make that land a little bit better for the staff, and therefore make it much better for everyone involved with it, watching it, participating, whether you're there or you're at home, just to make that land a little bit more special.
Yeah, Copenhagen Land is very much a labor of love, and huge thanks go to Phoenix Red, really helping us out, basically managing and making this whole thing happen. Without them, this wouldn't be happening this year, and we really do hope to make it the best TF2 spectacle of the year, beating up all the spectacles. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how people think it is. We really hope you guys like it. But Ad break is over. Let's get back into the action. Both teams have connected. Both teams, well, 8 players ready on either team. Mezzo still in the spectators, as well as Source TV, and Yahoo has now joined the action. So we shall be getting ready to start this game soon. But a little bit of a DM going on.
I want to see Viljak get the beam this game. Like, Viljak, like, very uncharacteristic of him. He did, he went 19 to 35 on Gully Wash, only 200 DPM. Whereas Samsky was saying alive a lot more, over 100 more DPM. He got 37 frags, that's one less than double Viljak's frags. And, we know how much of an absolute beast Viljak can be on the scout class, and, well, pretty much any class at this point, really. But, I mean, he's going to be playing a lot closer to CJ a lot of the time on this map, so I really want to see Viljak getting a lot of the beam, and just being in all of these fights, just basically being a thorn in the side of Feila here. I think, strong opinions, they really have to step up their aggression here against Feila, and they're really timed aggression as well. I find, strong opinions, they got a very methodical way of playing Highlander, but they just they have been a bit out of sync lately. It happened a few times against weak 8 sellers, and it's happening now against Feila. So I want to see them just maybe pick up, maybe see a bit of the old onions come out here.
The old onions. I really do hope to see that. I mean, it is Coal Plant. It's a very much high DM map, and Strong Opinions are, if anything, they're absolutely amazing DM players. All players have tried their hand at 6s. All players are familiar with how important damage is. They still have Ames, who is just an absolute monster on the Demo Man class. They have Sandburn, who's a monster on the Heavy class. They have Cloudy, who's a monster. They just have a lot of monsters on their team. It's just a monster in team. Whereas Feila, well, the curse of the second place is not. They've been trying
it's
so
not grand
many
finals
times.
yet, Jake. It's not grand finals yet. There is
They
still
got 3
time.
points though. They got 3 points of strong opinions.
No, Jake, it's fine. There's still bags of time for Joe to 6-0 strong opinions tonight and then go second place in the finals. It's fine. Don't worry. Joe can fulfill the second place prophecy as foretold by the elders of ETF2L.
Well, we're slowly getting ready to get this show on the road. For the ones who just join us, this is the game between Strong Opinions and Feila eSports. The first game went to the way of Feila eSports 2-1 on CP Gollywash. Now we're watching Coal Plant, the cloth map, King of the Hill format, just best of 5. We'll see how this game actually works out for Strong Opinions team. They really are hurting for some points. 3 points down from the first map. They need to equalize the situation in order to, get themselves a higher seed in the season. As we should be getting ready to start very, very shortly here, Solar.
Oh, indeed. I really want to, as I said, I want to see Viljak get all that beam. Coal Plant is it's a weird map. Because a lot of the times on Asheville, the strategy with that is if someone goes behind you as a flank, you would go and chase them. But on Coal Plant, you can't really do that because of the NG in the shutter. So you sort of have to either go for the NG or not go behind at all. So you sort of got both flanks behind you over the entire game. As we do go into our first mid-fight here, Eames opting to go for the shutter rollout. Joe's going for the balcony rollout, so it's a bit fast with Strong Opinions. And Joe down right away then, absolutely egregious headshot there by Cloudy, all taken out instantly, as Nubby's actually trying to go behind it just to try and equalise things here. He has killed Viljak, we will go down to the DH of Jackie Legs. Very interesting loadout choice there actually, the DH. It's, don't see it often, but I know Jackie Legs is very well versed in its projectile speed, so should be good.
Should be good. Sandburn is all by himself below, but he's making a lot of noise here. Middle finds him out, and he's getting kind of separated there. Kind of distracted. The point's slowly being capped by the blue team here. As they're moving on to the point here, Strong Opinions actually captured, finish it off. CJ getting a little bit pestered there by someone there. But he's fine, alive, and ready to pop with his Uber charge, as well as Layla with her team. But they're moving on to the point. That's a crit though. Nano Boost comes out from the main, but the Uber charge is going to block it all the way. And Layla goes down. Viljak now finishes off. Journey of CV Clocks also going down to some crit sticks. And then Samsky getting finished as well. And that attack by that KritzKast, well, it was hopeful, if anything. It didn't quite work out when you're attacking invulnerable players just kind of strolling into you and basically killing your entire team. Conch comes out.
Oh, Nubby's in though. He hits the rockets, gets CJ down. The Conch was not enough. Of course, the medic himself is not doing the damage, so he cannot heal off of the damage coming out from the Conch there. So that'll be a salvaged fight there for Feila, despite the advantage coming out for CJ at the end there. And Layla's still sitting on on Medigun actually now. She has switched, so should be maybe a bit less cringe Krieg, a bit more, you know, overcharged trades. They are just going to hold on this sort of the ramp area here as it will be on Asheville. You know, it's sort of the coal pit, really. I mean, the entire map's covered in coal, you know. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. Big jump in actually from Eames here. Joe will air pipe him in the end, though. But, jakeowaty comes in as well, and Wiethoofd's going to try and follow up, but Layla is staying alive here, keeping her 50% Uber advantage.
It's going to be quite huge here for Layla. They are in control of the point, and, well, they can kind of position themselves as best as they want. Here Mezzo is cloaked on and, well, scouting the area. Eames comes from the flank with CJ. CJ doesn't have his Uber. He's going to a dangerous position, getting a sticky on top of his head. He's kind of like, ooh, and goes away. But here comes the Uber charge. Newbie jumps in, looking for the lift. CJ pick. He's not going to be able to get in there. Fekla's getting separated. But not before he does a lot of damage to the enemy team and kind of slowing them down. But now CJ, 85% Uber charge. He'll be getting that Uber very, very shortly. Uber point is almost getting capped by Strong Opinion somehow. But it hasn't been finished yet. So now it's all in the ballpark of Strong Opinions and, well, CJ to pop this Uber, go in full force, and, well, take the advantage that they've worked out for them.
Yeah, they've got a lot of time to work with here. Layla's not coming out for a long time here. They have just capped the point up here. And I think their plan here is just to force Layla just to walk in with her team, just to try and make some ground and just come in with the Uber charge. And that's exactly what they're going to try. They're going to try and bait Joe onto the point here. CJ's nice and safe on the corner here. But actually, there is, I'd say he's safe. Sansi there does force him a bit early. And Layla's actually all the way out here in her lobby. Very nice and safe. But I say that, Vilja does come in. He is on the chase. But Joe does pipe him down in the end there. Really nice from him. And so there'll be no potential frags. Oh, actually, Mezzo coming in. And he gets a free K. He just kills jakeowaty, Eames, and then pistols CJ down. So that's going to be a full Uber advantage here for Feila. Going to come straight back in and recap that point. Mezzo's just, you know, he's a winner.
He's the winner, and there you go. Almost entire Strong Opinions team, Strong Onions, has gone down there, including their medic, and now giving Layla full Uber advantage. Now they're just moving quite... Well, I thought they were moving aggressively into the blue spawn, but they're still opting out to hold defensively, and they're not really willing to take any chances right now. Kaz are getting pestered by Cloudy. A bit of a 1v1 sniper fight there. Both snipers being supported by the medics. Jumps in, is, well, middle with... Well, Newbie, and then Joe jumping in, creating distraction for Mezzo, who stabs up CJ yet again!
Oh, Layla there, just so low, eventually chipped down with a pistol at the end there. You know, they really need to do that because of the huge Uber advantage for him. Mezzo's actually on a 6k now, taking down Wiethoofd, just lurking around this bats area here. It's going to be about 20% advantage here for CJ, not really too much to work with, but they do control the point, so they've got a lot to work with here. Rambasol's actually on mini sentries here, so... you know, whereas Sek is on level 3, so if that shutter door is opened for Strong Opinions here, they've got a big advantage in the fight, really. I mean, level 3 Wrangle Sentry much better than the mini sentry, but the frag's actually coming in for Strong Opinions. Actually, CJ died. Just died to the pipes.
That's crazy. Joe finds a pill onto CJ now. Without any medics, Strong Opinions are not... Well, cannot hope, really, for holding this point efficiently. Now the entire red team is under the point. You can't cap the point from below, but they have to kind of move in the aggressive position. jakeowaty is there. There's also a sticky trap being put up by Eames, and they're waiting it out. Yep, they're opting out to just get out of the situation, back behind. It's a good choice. They have the Uber charge. They can pop at any moment, and they do right now. Chasing in.
The destruction.
Whoa! Joe and UFC with a massive 4K there, supported by Samsky, Rambo, Newbie, everyone walking on this situation there. The only person alive is Sandburn. The poor Heavy was stuck on his staircase right now. Cannot do really anything about the situation. Timers are about equal as well, but the advantage is on the side of Feila eSports with that Uber ticking 20%, well, faster than DJ's.
Yeah, they weren't moving by the time that the round time runs, or at least be very close. But Strong Opinions here, they're going to have to try and count this point before they go overtime. But the sticky trap here from Joe gets Vilja and Eames. jakeowaty dies Nubby in the end there as well. Fekla's is in, just trying to get some pressure on. Does beef his second jump though. And he's actually in onto the Pyro here though, so it's looking really good here for Feila. CJ has died as well. There's no heals out for Strong Opinions. They're being forced to just come onto the point here, one by one, and now Feila there's only a bit of cat hunt either, but there's just so many better respawns coming out here for Feila here. Toast has got on 2 though, he's got on Joe and Kazza, but later all she has to do is use her onto the point, and she will do that. There's nothing a Strong Opinions can really do now. They'll pick people up outside of the Uber, but it doesn't really matter, you know? They've got the shy people on the point. that'll be the first round of Coal Plant going to Feila eSports. A lot closer than Gully Wash towards the end there, so Strong Opinions have got a bit to build up on, but they have to keep CJ alive here. Like, they're just not doing a good job of just keeping him alive during these trades. It's the exact situation of your Gully Wash, where he's just always at a disadvantage of being forced to take action here. And Feila just like peeking around under here as well, taking full Uberchild ads into them. And Strong Opinions just aren't sure where Feila are a lot of the time. So it's just really easy for them to get these jumps on them. And so the first frag of the mid-fight here will be Cloudy going down to Nubby's rockets there.
Oh, it's just so much damage being exchanged in that lower down shed, you know, kind of, well, bottom sewer area. But middle is just the only last person kind of holding out in the fort, just making sure nobody passes through. But Joe, what?
He's just got Viljack's number right now. He's been two-piping him over and over. The middle here actually comes through under and just picks CJ. The Pooter comes through, guns CJ down. Absolutely no hope there. That's like, at that range, 400 DPS. Nothing you can really do against that. And Layla now is still alive here. This is just what I'm talking about. They are dropping players though, Feila. You know, and Layla's been forced as well actually in under here. It's really bad Uber for them. And being forced to move across to the left side. They do control the territory, but the mid-fight is still going on. But Layla gets taken down by Cloudy. Just peeking out there from the, that was the balcony area there. Really dangerous on this map, you know, as opposed to Asheville. The sniper can peek out really far on the balcony here, and it's, he does get counted on the catwalk in the end there. But, you know, Feila here, they've already lost their medic. They've fed Santi as well to the sentry as well, so Strong Opinions now looking to get a foothold in this game.
That is insane, actually. Just a lot of exchanges going on, but the blue team is currently controlling the point, and Strong Opinions putting themselves a foothold on top of it. The point now is being contested by the red team here, and Feila is establishing themselves on it. Still kind of sacrificing some health to get the cap time, but they didn't quite finish it yet. CJ is on 80%, only 50 on Layla. That may be crucial coming into this mid-fight there. CJ is getting ready, just roaring at the gates right now, just getting ready to pop at any given time. Ames is forward, just chasing down Joe. Joe is just getting two-shot there by Viljack and Eames combo.
Oh, he's on Layla as well. Layla gets a soul, but Viljack does get the last scattergun shot just before he goes down to Nubby's rocket there. Really well played there. Like, he just saw his opportunity to go and flank through under, through under balcony there, and just got some good shots on Layla, and that's going to be full advantage here for CJ.
That's just definitely going to help them. They didn't really have to use it just there. So they're saved up in Uber charge, they saved up the point, they're in control, they're 1 minute down on the clock, and it's really good. Kazar finds Eames though!
Eames down, that'll be the open, trying to get some cat time here.
And here comes Newbie when V-Clux double jump, forcing out the Uber charge. Now the red team is just getting away from the situation, finding Kazark only, there's a sentry in the way as well, they're cleaning that up, but Layla has to get away! And she's still saved by Joe UFC with the last spot, the super combo, the couple of Team Fortress 2 saving each other's asses there, and now Layla's getting pressured by Yahoo. Yahoo getting finished off as well. Join UFC to just keep feeding him kills.
Speaking of feeding, I think Middle wants to feed Layla his sandwich here. Good tie-in there. There we go. Layla gets a sandwich. She's nice and healthy. 150 health on her. And almost a full Uber advantage here coming out for Feila here. Really good protection of Medic there at the end there. That really could have gone. That was touch and go there for a second. But Layla will stay alive here despite the entirety of Strong Opinions just trying to kill her. And that's got this advantage here. Viljack here is baiting the point though, he's got his buff. The minion wasn't shooting him for a while there on a shutter, and now they're going to take the Ruben. Actually, CJ's so out of position though.
That is crucial. He's just been caught off guard here. V-Clux is known for using the jetpack, and he just can get a drop on you just as any other jumping class right now. Samsky is the lone warrior on the point, getting finished off by Yahoo's shotgun. Now Yahoo's going behind, Toast and Viljack just trying to equalize the situation, find Layla, but Layla's already away, and she's already being protected by V-Clux still. V-Clux is just playing very well around the combo. Middle's there as well to protect her. I mean, she's not getting touched anytime soon. And I just wanted to touch upon the topic of Joe saving Layla like 3 times from jumpers. And I mean, this is basically trust built on pure respect.
Okay. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Respect built on trust.
Yeah, there you go. We got it in the end. But yeah, like, this is exactly what Strong Opinions really wanted to do here. They lost their medics, they just got aggressive and got some cat time here. And but to Faila's credit, they play around that really well. Casual catching Cloud there at the end there. But they just kept their heels in lobby there and just killed people that were feeding too far forward to try and get her. And that was really well played. Like, they did lose the point, but they got better respawns now. They just take their Uber advantage straight into CJ here into lobby. And the Pike's coming in and will kill Samburn. Filter down as well, excuse me. And CJ's now, the Pyro's actually in on CJ here. He's so weak! Oh, he's 1 HP, burning to death, and Nubby, just for good measure, puts the rocket down on CJ. He will kill steal that. 1 HP rocket onto CJ here as he's burning. Saving his logs there.
I'm just gonna, like, for the measure, because we know about this, I'm just gonna detract 1 point from the logs for Newbie. Just add it to the Pyro. Just add it to Viklux, because Viklux did most of the work there. But it's still going on there, but CJ is already respawn, he's building his super slowly, 40% is advantage for him. Layla is already 60%, they're in control of the points, the timer's ticking down for them, but the Strong Opinions are still kind of ahead. He's getting caught out by a crossfire there, and a lot of blue players dead on the ground right now. CJ is almost alone, he's getting pressured there, chased off by Mezzo. Mezzo will be able to finish this. No, he's getting away, trying to face Shiv Sek, but Sek is just too good and too smart for measure, and well, Mezzo will have to just basically walk away from this. But CJ survives, which is the most important thing for Strong Opinions right now, because they really need that medic alive.
Yeah, they really need to like make something happen here. Strong Opinions, they've got this 5% disadvantage. They're going to try and like bait his cap here. If they can keep CJ alive. Eames is down again. He's been dying so many times here, and you can really tell just by his score. Really, he's down 16 points now from Joe. You know, he's gotten his assist onto CJ and his 6 onto Vilchat, sorry, Sandburn there as well. So that's just going to be, again, it's not that Eames is, you know, doing worse in terms of DM than Joe. It's just that he's dying a lot more. He's really forward and getting killed by the crossfire here from the main guy in the mini sentry. There's only 5 seconds left here, and there's no cap time Strong Opinions here. No one's like even close to the point here, and that's a second round to Feila eSports. And to be in keeping with my prediction here, Strong Opinions are going to have to do a clean sweep here and get 3 rounds in a row. But they're like, Eames and CJ, they're just, there's a bit of a disconnect here. Like, it's like Eames really wants to go forward, but it's like he's not getting the beam. CJ's trying to play a lot more conservatively. And you can really see, like, I think he's been doing that because he's been dying a lot, just people, like, flank people during the Ubers. Oh, but speaking of CJ dying, that is Kazarok right at the start of the mid-fight there. That is a medic down for Strong Opinions. Joe's down for Feila here, so maybe we can make something happen here. But there is no heal Strong Opinions here. They've got no position really to work with. Feila, actually, they're just sitting outside under here, which is interesting. I mean, you know, they can afford to do that since they, you know, they haven't got heals for Strong Opinions here, but they have gotten some picks. Strong Opinions out. Oh, but Kazarok there will kill Jackie and Metal on CJ again.
No, CJ, poor man. He just cannot stay alive for the life of him. I think he spent most of the time on coal plant in spawn rather than on the battlefield. He just cannot catch a break. Or Feila is just simply too good at finding those little nooks and crannies to get CJ down. I mean, just there's entire red team is just hunting for that medic. They know how crucial CJ is, and he just, like, Kazarok is just popping off. Jackie Leg's going down. Well, at any given time, there's no more than 6 players of Strong Opinions on the battlefield because Feila is just killing them one by one by one. They finally capped the point here. Layla's on 100% now. She's backing away. She has to pop there, however, because she's being pestered by Viljack. So kind of a good force, but a good pop by Layla to survive there and save her skin. But that gives CJ a little bit of an advantage. They know about this. CJ now moves in, finally getting ready to push into this point. Samsky getting behind. He's spotting out second and he finished off. Now CJ pushing in. Here comes Joe. Finds a point!
Oh,
and then
my word.
finishes. No way, Joe in UFC!
Oh, like, Feila have, like, categorically lost this fight. They were only 3 alive at that point. But you've got on the med pick. You do not care if you lost the point in that situation. Like, I don't know how Strong Opinions, like, credit to Joe, he's hitting all of his stuff, but they're just not denying. Like, Strong Opinions aren't denying the jumps coming in, the people coming in, and Sandburn and Viljack here are dying to Mezzo and Kazarok here. Like, Toast did a great job before that of neutralizing Middle and Nubby there, but so the only person that could really jump there was Joe. But it was just, he just didn't deny it, and he's just on CJ. And it's the story of the entire game. Eames once again dying to V-Clocks there. They just can't get a foothold, and there's like either the heal or the later staggered or the demo man staggered, or Cloudy himself staggered as well a lot of the time. It's just heartbreaking Strong Opinions here. They can't get a grip on the game really. I mean, they're capping the point, but it's just not really enough.
It's just kind of half-hearted cap. You know, like, you walk on the point, you get a cap, you get some time down, but in the end, Feila, he just remains in complete control of the situation here. And now Feila with 100% Uber charge, CJ only 60, they cannot really push into this. They know about the Uber advantage. I mean, sure they do. Layla hasn't died for a long time now. They're looking for a pick onto her, but she's being protected very well by her team. Now Jackie lags, and Eames going down, trying to finish off somebody, but Eames getting a headshot for his troubles. Now Journey UFC getting picked up, and Kazark with a double there. And 6 in total kills for Jackie at Jackie here. And CJ getting pestered as well, 90% onto him. Layla still sticking on that 100%, but they're losing players left and right.
So smart.
Will that be? But wait,
CJ
what?
again! I wouldn't Layla as well. Both medics down. That was a drop for Layla, but both medics actually dropped there.
The drop.
So, yeah, like that's a +4 in chat, I think. But that was. I just want to go back. That was so smart for Strong Opinions there. There was just there was a tandem there of Sandburn and Yahoo, and they were just both going on to the point one after the other. And it looked on the HUD of Feila, sorry, like it was ×1 on the cap the entire time, even though there were like 2 people plus the backup from Strong Opinions. So he just basically fed people into them, and then there was just the double aggression from both teams, just chaos there. Both medics dropping in the end there, equal Ubers now, both teams.
Solar, it might just seem that in-game TF2 trading is back. But, oh, here comes Newbie, gets 2 rockets onto Cloudy, but it's not the target you're looking for, friend. The CJ was standing right next to him. He's untouched and unscathed. Jackie
has gone to the moon.
He's just hitting up with his head on top of the rooftop. Thankfully, he has a helmet on, so he won't get a concussion. Vilchak no fights! Layla wants to beat shot onto her, but misses the second, getting cleaned up. That could have been game changer there, as Layla didn't have an Uber charge, but she does now. She goes on the middle, dropping. There is Sandberg. Now CJ's in a lot of trouble. Pops! No, he does not! He just got it! That's a sparkling medigun on the ground! He just got the medigun, and he couldn't pop it yet! This is it! Ladies and gentlemen, 40 seconds left on the blue clock, 140 for Feila. Will Feila be able to get it in a full 3-0 sweep?
Oh, that's just... Like one thing, like as medic, like you can right-click your medigun, so... Oh, it was 96 apparently. Oh, Jake, you're lying to me. You only had 96. It wasn't
sparkling though.
Yeah, it is because it's Australia. It's a fizzle. It always fizzles. It fizzles. It fizzles down every 10 seconds. You know. Ah, Jake, you baited me. You baited me. I was going to start like talking trash about Siege not holding right, even though he's got like 1,000,000 hours on medic. But anyway, we've got the team of Strong Opinions here coming in force here, trying to get some cat time here. They have lost Viljack, so that ×2 Kappa is dead here, and that's not what we want to see when there's only a minute left on the clock. They do have the cap advantage here, the cat time advantage. They have killed Joes, and those on the point for a while here. So they're going to look, just walk forwards here, get some ground. But the sentry here in Shutter is opened, and the jump forward, I think there was just people getting surf forward there. And just everyone just pretty much getting either pushed out or dying or getting down to low health.
CJ, no, get away from there, no! He walks right into the incinerator of V-Clogs. He just goes in W+1, which is what Pyre really does all the time.
Oh, but Layla down to the revolver of toast.
The trading of medics again.
That might just save, like, that's got the potential for Strong Opinions to just get a foothold into this game. Neither medic's going to have Uber by the time that this round time ends here. Kylie's down to Kazarok though. That won't help their point push situation. They're going to try and like get some ground here through Shut here. Sandburn's on the wall here, top of the wall. Going to try and get to the cat down here, walking forward. There's 4 down here, 5 down now for Feila here. And just going to look to walk forward. But sieging again to Nubby. How does this man keep doing it? He's going to have at least 8 medic picks on the logs here, like, by this point.
Well, -1 because 1 was stolen.
Oh, one was V-Clock's med pick.
I am not willing to let this one go. That was a stolen kill. I'm not willing to acknowledge that. But 20 seconds to go for Strong Opinions. It's not over yet. It's not over yet for Strong Opinions. They can still get their 3 points if they really put their back into it. CJ is down. Layla has the advantage, but they're still trying to fight this one out. Join UFC goes down. Samsky goes down. Mezzo, Layla. Everybody goes down from the red team. They're able to get it.
Yeah, like they got on the round here. There's no one. Oh, that was brutal there. Yeah, like I think Feila, because all they had an Uber advantage, they weren't going to get an Uber in time, and they didn't really play the cap enough. And CJ was just sat really passive on the ramp with his team. They had sightline to the point, but they weren't committed to the point. And because Feila sort of rushed it, they went through Shutter. It meant that Strong Opinions could just sit there and just farm people going on to the point one by one. You know, and CJ again, just down to Kazarok right away.
That is just again a repeat from the last round, and they're just going in. just going into this. What is going on? There's a windmill of kills and people dying. CJ going down there in first, but Layla's down now, and only 4 people up for the red team. It's just Strong Opinions got really pissed off for some reason. I don't know why, as they just went in full force and got a bunch of kills for their trouble. But the problem is, neither team really capped the points, so both teams have exactly the same length of respawn time.
Well, you say neither team really. Neither team got any cap time there. They were just busy DMing each other. It turned into a bit of a soap DM for a while there. But eventually it'll be Feila here looking to take initiative and capture the point. Slight advantage here, but it's not really enough to work off. And Viljak is dead for Strong Opinions as well, so a bit less space here on the flank for them.
Here's CJ and Layla, about equal loopers. Layla slightly behind.
Look at middle here. He's just sat with his minigun revved in the corner. If he gets something, I will probably scream.
He's loud though. He's not using Tommy Slap.
He's been found. He's been found out. Oh, he's gonna kill the sniper. No, he does get killed in the end. He's been shut down. The Puta man has been killed. No minigun behind the team now. And Strong Opinions there walking. Oh, but CJ again. Nobody's just on the roof, like raining rockets down onto CJ here, and he just dies. He just gets. Oh.
You know what? I made a few Overwatch references so far, so I might as well make another one.
Do not say it. No.
Justice?
Well, Justice is currently banned from TF2L for not doing demos, so...
I just want to say raise from above, but sure, man, let's go with that.
Yeah.
But there you go, second point. Currently being very slowly capped by Strong Opinions. They just lack conviction to actually get on it, but Seg built up a level 3 sentry, just significantly gonna help them. Layla popped the Supercharge, but they didn't quite manage to do enough with it. Samsky finished off Sandburn, now chases up Eames. Eames is in a lot of trouble from both sides. Pincer attack by the Pyro as well, and is finished off by V-Clocks. So it's all good, and the neighborhood, as now middle is just kind of peaky on the point right now. The cap has not been finished already. 1 minute and a half down on the clock of side of Feila. No, yeah, it is Feila. So
yeah, it's
still,
Feila.
They need to touch it. They need to finish off the cap, but they just keep chasing kills as the blue team. What are they doing?
They actually...
Newbie, please don't. Please don't leave CJ alone.
Please, CJ alone.
Just leave CJ alone, man. Like, I want this man to just have some fun at least. Let him live at least until he gets at least an Uber.
Well, he has gotten his Uber. I think... That is the cue for Nubby to walk in, but Kazrock is down to Cloudy. This is sniper advantage here for Strong Opinions here. Oh, but Eames again! Like, I think he was expecting to deny the point there of the Uber, but CJ just wasn't with him. Viljak is going to try and chase it. I'm not sure if he really knows where Layla is. He has gone all the way for lobby. We'll get piped and spammed and scattergun now by Samsky, so no medic frag here. Layla has a Uber, going to walk straight across the point here. Use Uber charge into lobby. CJ's in all sorts of gets popped up in the air by Nubby. Nubby again, another smash rocket, and he does get the frag.
Newbie.
It's just a Nubby. It's just what he does.
It's just something that CJ is doing right now. He's developing a very kind of deep-seated hatred for Newbie right now. It's just like I can feel the veins popping all over from Poland, as like he's just getting really upset about the situation because he just cannot stay alive for the life of him, which is really annoying. But here you go. That's the life of a medic on a Koth map right now. 1 minute to go for the side of Feila. 2 minutes and 11 seconds for the side of Strong Opinions. They're now currently contesting the point. There's nobody from the red team to really stop them from doing so, and they can do it at free range. Eames jumps up, tries to go for something. Here's CJ goes down again. Newbie!
Someone stop this man! Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. He just keeps killing CJ, and like Newbie is basically the reason why Feila are winning at this point.
Yeah.
Like, he's just killing CJ every fight.
MVP.
I don't think he's... Yeah, like, it's just... Even if he's got an Uber, it's been, like, Feila have been playing it so smart. Keeping their players alive, well, keeping Newbie alive for one. He's just going in and killing CJ over and over. Like, this man's, like, he's getting his medic frag on his spreadsheet, you know?
But now, look at this situation. 20 seconds to go. Layla 100% she can pop at any given time to block the point from being capped. CJ only in 40%. And he doesn't really believe he can actually get an Uber this time, but they got on the point nevertheless. Uber comes out from the red team. Just a complete firework of explosions, finishing off 4 people in that one fell swoop there. Layla is still alive. Toast is trying to get something achieved on the middle point, but point is just halfway done.
There's no one left to live for Strong Opinions.
No one left.
And this will be a 3-0 clean sweep on... sorry, 3-1, sorry. Second map for Feila. And yeah, just CJ just dying over and over. Cannot get the heals to his scout on demo. And just... Fortunately, maybe a bit of consolation prize at the end there, it wasn't actually Nubby who killed him. It was in fact Joe. So, it wasn't Nubby that time. That's what we can take away from that. But really, that'll be 6 points coming out here for Feila eSports against Strong Opinions. Feila eSports, they're known as the second place team, just pretty much constantly for the past 5 seasons or whatever, close to that.
Yeah.
Well, ever since SCK and Strong, ever since one of those two teams was playing at any given time. I think the past 3 seasons was, Feila getting their second place, but Nubby had 9 medic kills.
I wanted to say we usually start from top kills, top scores, but I want to just point out.
Well, Nubby's got the most kills and the most medic frags,
Yeah, it's newbie, but Layla died 9 times, but CJ died an astonishing 23, and it just hurts. It just hurts.
9 of those deaths as well as a Nubby.
So almost a half of those kills is just the soldiers make, and you can't blame CJ because CJ is just a very, very, very good medic, one of the best in Europe at the very least. I'm pretty sure in the world as well if we put them next to each other. But I don't know. I think just Feila eSports finally realized what the biggest target is on the enemy team for Strong Opinions. So CJ is just such an anchor for his team. He's not only the manager, he's not only team leader, but he's also the medic who's always been with them, and he always main calls, and he's just such an anchor for his team. And if you just focus that one man down and stress him out and put so much pressure onto him, medic usually have a lot of pressure on their back anyway, and if you put even more pressure onto him and stress him out and even just kill him repeatedly, that's gonna affect his gameplay. And for such an anchor that CJ is, it's kind of disheartening. But moving on to the logs, just
42 kills right away. For
newbie.
The closest person to him is Kazarok on 30. That is insane. And you say that CJ died 23 times, so did Nubby. So for the sake of argument, we could say that you've traded your soldier 23 times and you've killed their medic 23 times. That's a pretty good, yield from that. I'd take that any day of the week. For the other team's mate to die as many times as your soldier, quite a dispensable class a lot of the time. Just the coal plant really is just Nubby City at this point. It's been absolutely pounding the entire map.
There's also one more thing I wanted to point out before we move on here, Solar, is that CJ only popped 4 times and dropped once, whereas Layla popped 15 Ubers in total. And that's over 3 times as many. And it just shows
less heals a minute as well. It's just
shows how crucial a medic is in general, how you need to support your healer, because without a healer you can't do absolutely anything, no matter how good your team is. It's like playing without a goalkeeper. It's just free range for the strikers to strike goals, and that's
when your medic's basically dead for half the game. It's so difficult to get any kind of a foothold in the game. It's really I think it's a miracle they even managed to get around off of that, seeing as how many times Nubby was just killing CJ. I think maybe just for that round there was just a bit of respite for him. Managed to deny his bombs a little bit better, but he's just always in. Nubby's just this annoying little thing. He's always either a lot of his kills weren't even bombs. He was just sort of sat on somewhere top, on a roof somewhere, just shooting rockets over. He's been playing so smart the entire game. It's really paid off for his team. A nice 6 points there for Feila, putting them right at the top of the tables here with 21 points. A complete unassailable lead here, and that's maybe even putting Strong Opinion second seed in doubt. If Vision gets 6 points, that's 14 points for them. If any of the two teams below them get 6 points, that's 13. Sorry, and that's it's looking a bit shaky. That's 1-2 points of error.
It could be a very close season yet again. Last season was close, and this one is close as well. But it kind of round off to all the spectacle that we had today. Not gonna lie, my throat hurts, and I hope you enjoyed the cast as well. Feila eSports taking this one 6 points in total to accelerate themselves towards the top seed in the playoffs as well, and the tables, all good, and it's taken from their biggest contenders, the other contenders, which is Strong Opinions. Well done to them. So that's not enough of KritzKast Highlander action. We're going to be casting some more games soon as we're rounding up the season. Copenhagen's happening in 2 weeks, so please do check that one out. Any proceeds that come from sponsoring this channel will go to the staff in Copenhagen, kind of managing the whole thing, making the whole thing amazing and spectacular for you guys. But thank you very much for watching. Every single one of you is very much appreciated, and we'll see you guys very soon.